Hey there everyone, welcome back to Playground Sessions. Today we're going to learn a classic by Elton John called Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Anybody ever seen The Lion King? I'm going to be teaching you the chorus from the intermediate level arrangement, and that section sounds like this. So as always, if you want to dig deeper on any of this music that we're showing you on YouTube, you got to download the Playground Sessions app. I show you a chunk from the intermediate arrangement here on YouTube, but we've got the full song at intermediate and rookie and advanced levels, plus many more songs, all sorts of stuff in the app. So download the app. But today I'm going to show you how to do this chorus here on YouTube, starting with the right-hand melody. Now, first, before we start playing, when I look up at the key signature, I see two flats. B flat and E flat. So every B and E in this song is automatically flat. Unless, of course, we see a natural sign on the note. That means, just for that moment, we're going to play it normal, natural, not flat. Now here in the right hand part for this chorus, I don't see any naturals, but in the left hand we might, so keep that in mind. Our time signature for this song is cut common time, also known as a half-time feel for 4/4. Still 4 beats per measure, but we're feeling it in a half pulse. Now we're kind of all over the place hand position wise for this song, but mainly we're staying between one octave, F above middle C, and the F an octave above that. That's our first note as well. So throughout the course of this melody, we're going to be playing all sorts of notes between this octave, including B flat and E flat, like our key signature tells us. I also want you to notice all of the ties that we see over the bar line. Tying over the bar line is especially tricky because it obscures beat 1. And what I mean by that is, take a look at measure 1. We play D, C tied over to beat 1 in measure 2, so we don't actually play beat 1 or the downbeat of measure 2 because we're holding a note over from the previous measure. Same thing happens at the end of measure 2 going into measure 3. We're going to play, and then we're going to hold this over into measure 3, not playing beat 1. And then even at the end of this measure, we're going to play, and then hold this G over into measure 4. So we rarely play beat 1 throughout this whole section because we have a lot of ties over the bar line. All right, let's go ahead and try this at a slow tempo. I'm going to walk through this very slow, calling out each note and each rhythm for you. So I'm going to set my metronome to a slow tempo of 15 beats per minute. All right, let's get into position. 5th finger on a high F. We're going to hold this for 3 counts, and then 2 eighth notes. We're going to play D, C, tie it over to a half note, then back up to that high F. Now a D, tie that over to a half note, and then 2 on B flat. Don't forget our key signature. Thumb on G, tie that over to a whole note. Now, next measure starts with a half rest, and we're going to bring our thumb down to F. We'll play that F on beat 3 here. Now 2 on B flat, 5 on E flat, 4 on D coming up, and 3 on C, also tying this over across the bar line for a whole note for 4 counts. Next measure, we've got a whole rest, so we're going to use these 4 counts to look ahead to the next line down. Make sure we're in the right position to start that off. And I see a half rest to start that measure, so we're still good. But on beat 3, we're going to play a G with our thumb, A with 2, B flat with 3, tied over the bar line again. Now here comes a big octave leap. We're going to play F with our thumb, and then a high F with our pinky. Hold it for 2 counts, D for 2 counts. Now B flat, and then G for 3 counts. Look ahead. Next note is E flat with our pinky. 2 counts. D with 4 for 2 counts. And C with 3. Next up, 4 on D again, quarter note, and then back to C. And we're going to finish it by tying over the bar line once more. And then we end this section with a measure of rest. So that's it, the right hand melody for this chorus at a super slow tempo. What I want to do now is bring the backing track in and play along at a medium tempo. This is going to feel a lot more like the song, but we're still going to be doing it at a learning tempo, not full tempo yet. Medium tempo is 46 beats per minute. Let's do it. Tie, 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 and rest. Look ahead, get ready, rest, and then G. Big octave leap, E flat, and tie it over. Please try that with me as many times as you need. There's a lot of syncopations and a lot of ties, so get comfy at the medium tempo before moving on to the full tempo of 66 beats per minute. But when you're ready, let's do that now. 1, 2, set, go. Alright, there's the melody. Let's talk about the chords in the left hand. Now I won't sugarcoat this, the left hand is pretty tricky. As I mentioned, when we started on the right hand section, we've got B flat and E flat in our key signature, but sometimes we might see a natural symbol. And I see a few of them here in the left hand part. I also see a lot of different shapes in a wide position, and I see more than just whole notes. I see some half notes as well. So let's break down this left hand part. First chord, B flat over D. Next chord, F over C. Then we have G minor over D and E flat major. There's our first phrase. Moving on, B flat over D again. Now here we get to something tricky. We're going to play quick half note chords. First we have E flat, which has both of our flats in our key signature in it. And then immediately after that, we're going to bring this E flat on the bottom up to an E natural. And then we're going to play an F chord. Just a 2-note F chord. But then the following measure, we complete it. We play a 3-note F chord, or a root position triad. And we're going to do half notes for that as well. Now, looking ahead to the next line, we're going to go down to an E flat major triad again. And then the next measure, we've got B flat over D. Then a 2-note G minor chord. And then a 2-note E flat chord. Now, these next two measures are my favorite part of this left hand. We've got 2-note chords with a bass line that's walking up. So C minor, really a C minor 7. And then immediately following a B flat over D, and then C minor over E flat, and then we have that E natural again, which leads us to our F chord. And then just like the end of the first half, we're going to play 2 root position F chords. And that's it. So I know that's a lot to digest. What I want to do now is focus in on the 2 most difficult parts of this section in the left hand. Measure 6 and 7, and measure 13 and 14. Those are the 2 sections that have the E natural and that have our most movement between half notes. So measure 6 and 7 one more time is E flat major, And then immediately following, we go to E natural on the bottom voice, and then F major. Measure 13 and 14 looks a bit different. We've got a big, wide two-note position, C minor 7, B flat over D. Now jumping up C minor over E flat, and then C over E with that E natural, and then F major, two-note. All right, so let's do this at a medium tempo and walk through that as many times with me as you need. Here we go. 1, 2, set, play. Here comes the tough part, E natural, and then F. Now, whole triad. Look ahead, E flat triad. Now walk up in this wide two-note chord, C minor over E flat, now E natural, and F. Boy, that sure is tricky, huh? So spend a lot of time with that before moving on to the full tempo with me. But when you're ready, let's do that now. 66 beats per minute. 1, 2, set, play. Alright guys, the hardest part is behind us. Now, once you feel super comfortable with each hand by itself, we're going to focus on putting them together. Here we go. This is one of those songs that is going to require a lot of extra practice and a lot of repetition at the slow tempo to put this together. Tricky rhythms in the left hand, syncopations and tied over the bar line in the right hand, and hand position changes for both. So please spend a lot of time with that one. But when you're ready, meet me back right here and we'll do this full tempo, 66 beats per minute. Can You Feel the Love Tonight by Elton John. And remember, when you're finished with this, head to the Playground Sessions website or tap the card above and download the app so you can get way deeper on this song, and of course, many other songs as well. Boy, you deserve a round of applause. The features you saw on screen today can be at your fingertips with the Playground Sessions app. Co-created by music legend Quincy Jones, Playground teaches the piano with interactive feedback and gaming features, all while using your favorite songs. Alright guys, I'm Phil. Hit subscribe so I can see you for the next video.